Welcome to the Fruits of Life Yoga. My name is Jeanette Yancey, and I thank you for joining me on this journey of breath and body. So, I have a question for you. Do you know how to breathe? I know it sounds like a silly question, but most folks do not know how to breathe. Most folks are breathing into their chest. Sometimes their shoulders are raising when they inhale, and oftentimes that breath is very shallow. When the breath is very shallow, it maintains the entire body in a parasympathetic nervous system. Basically, this is where the body is in this fight and flight response, where the brain activates the rest of the body to be in survival mode, to run, to remove away from danger, and this ultimately creates anxiety and tension throughout the body. When the body remains in that state for an extended period of time, it can negatively affect the body, especially the heart. We know that stress is a silent killer, and heart cardiovascular illnesses are really plaguing our communities. So, what we would like to do is understand that stress is a normal part of life. So, we would like to find tools to be able to manage stress and to direct the breath to allow the brain to balance out and tap into the parasympathetic nervous system that allows us to calm, allows us to release anxiety, to release stress, to help take care of our heart, and to promote overall well being. Now, to figure out and determine if you know how to breathe, let's first find out how much you are breathing. Are you breathing too fast or just right? By doing so, I'd like to offer you a breath test, a breathing test. This is a test that I learned from Deepak Chopra. This test takes a few seconds. We're basically going to time these cycles of breath we breathe in 20 seconds. One cycle of breath is a full inhalation and exhalation. Now, do not place any judgment or any expectation on your breath. Do not direct the breath, just be and allow the breath to be. When you inhale and exhale, count one in your mind and continue to do so for 20 seconds. When the 20 seconds is up, you will be notified with a sound and you can stop your count. We will then multiply that number of breaths by 3 to determine how many breaths we breathe per minute. Okay? So let's do so together. First, inhale and exhale just to get it out of the way, and then we will begin. Ready? Let's go. Begin. And stop. Now, how many breaths did you breathe? Now, take that number, multiply by 3. Got it? So, this is the number you breathe per minute. The number of breaths you breathe per minute. Now, if that number is above 8, you want to start getting a little more concerned and aware of the breath. If it is above 10, you really are kind of hyperventilating. Pardon. So, what happens? Your body is in this stressful state. And that's fine because we first become aware and then we can change, we can alter our circumstances. So, how many number of breaths did you breathe? Record it. Take note. Maybe place the date next to that number in a journal. And periodically rate your breath. You can do so throughout the course of the day because our breathing might be different throughout the course of the day. Or you could just test yourself over a 5-day period. And every time you make note of number of breaths with maybe the date and the time. And as you practice breathing techniques, notice how this number of breaths changes over time. And then also notice how you will be able to better be aware of the breath and direct the breath when you take control of this mechanism, this gift, the breath of life. We often don't think about our breathing because it is unique. It is voluntary and involuntary. Because it is involuntary, we breathe every day, right? We might not think about it. But now that we are aware, we want to consider and voluntarily direct the breath so that the breath can heal. It can do its job. It can heal, it can move, it can flow, it can release, and it can ground. So I thank you, and let's go on this journey together of breath and body. Peace.